I think that we had a home life that I can't understand why other people can't live together and get along. I know that Daddy and I had some differences every once in a while because everybody thinks we had some good times and we had some kind of rough times and all, but I don't know as we ever. Well, I guess one time in Columbus, I think about the worst thing. He had been to a party with the power company men, and I didn't want to go. During that time, the entire power company just drank like everything, and I just didn't care for it. So I just said, no, I'll just stay with the children. I won't go. So when he came back, he said, well, he's just standing at the door, and he said, well, he said, they were all going on somewhere else, but said, I knew that you'd give me hell if I went on. And I said, well, Jimmy, that door only fastens on the inside. Is that right? That way.
Right.
And I said, anytime you want to go, go on. That's all right. And he looked at me and he said, no, I won't go. But I said I was going to just lock you out. And many times did we ever have very bad arguments about things. But because we usually came to some agreement. He would tell his side, and I would tell the way I thought of it, and then we would decide what to do. And so I don't know as we ever had any very bad arguments about anything.
Well, I never remember hearing a cross word between the two of you.
No, we didn't. We always usually got along just fine together. And I got along with Granny and Papa Alderman. Papa Alderman was my best friend. He helped me. He came up to the house there on Sylvester Drive and helped me with things a lot.
Well, I remember you talking about your father didn't like Dad at all, thought he was a very foul-mouthed kid.
Yes, they didn't any of them. They didn't like him. He called Jimmy a red-headed young'un. He said, that red-headed young'un you're going with? But you know, Papa was not a person that talked much. Very, very little. And he was not a person that criticized a lot of people, you know. He just said if you couldn't say something good, just don't say anything at all. But that's what he called Jimmy, was that red-headed. And Daddy did. He cursed all the time. But he didn't mean anything by it. But Mama didn't like it either. So.
Said you could hear him out in the field cussing the mule from.
Yes. He cursed all the time. I tell you, working with the power company, that didn't help him either, because all of them cursed. So. Yeah. No, Papa. I think he knew that Jimmy was dependable. He was a person that knew how to do. And you know, we didn't ever call any people to come do things at the house, did we? He did it. If there was any repair work to do, anything to do, he did it himself. He painted the house, he painted the inside. And when we put that doorbell, he put that doorbell.
I remember that.
He put one rang at the back and one at the front, you know.
I was up in the attic with him that day.
Oh, you were.
I learned a few new words that day, too.
Yes, he got upset about that, didn't he? But no, he didn't. I just didn't call any workers out because he took care of all of it. And when we redid he did a lot of that work at Granny Alderman's, that house. You know, I bought that house from Campbell's. So we had a lot of fun with our children, enjoy them. This is in Columbus. That's me and you and James Alderman. And that's Papa and I. Yeah.
All right.
And that's Peggy. That's in Columbus. That's in Columbus. And that was made in Columbus. Yeah, all of those were made in Columbus.
All right.
No, that's in. I won't swear to where that is. I really don't. Exhibits.
And he's the one on the left.
Wait a minute, this right here. This is him. Here. Uh-huh.
All right.
And yeah, he and Peggy and William's boy. That's Patsy and Elizabeth Rossman, and Nell Rossman, and Peggy. The light. That's you and Sue. Yeah, you and Sue. There you are. That's a cute picture of you.
Let's see, digging in the ground.
Yeah.
How old would I have been about then?
About 3, 4. That's her. Here.
What was that one? What is
That's Peggy and
Cheryl?
Uh-huh.
What's Peggy got on her head? It looks
A
like
hat.
a trash can, doesn't it?
It's a hat, though. I think I've already told you most of the stories of you, though. But you were a wonderful little boy now, and I tell you, just like Ben, you're going to enjoy Ben. Because Ben's going to be into everything, isn't he?
Yes, definitely.
He is so like you. And Bree is like Jan. She really is like Jan. She's so
Well, when she was born, the shape of her head, her ears, and everything, it did make you think of the Norman family. That's for sure.
Well, when I saw her, I thought, there's Jan.
Yes.
We have bad things that happen all along. I wish I had not had to have all the surgery I had. That Dr. McGinney, he was drunk when he did surgery on me, and he almost killed me. But I wasn't supposed to go, so I didn't go.
No.
And I said, I want all my children to realize that I've had a wonderful life. I had a wonderful husband. I couldn't have had one better than Daddy was. And I'm not saying that we didn't have some arguments sometime, because we did. And but we did just fine. We really thought a lot of each other. I still miss him. I will always miss him.
Always.
Always, yes. He was a wonderful person, and I could depend on him. I could call on him regardless of what came up, and he had the right answer for me. Always had the right answer right there. Okay. That's Daddy, James Ernest Alderman.
When was this taken? Do you have any idea?
I don't know the day that was now. It was just one of his children's pictures that Granny Alderman gave me.